Welcome back, everybody, to Rob's MetalWorks. We are continuing our work at the 3rd annual Metal Fest here at the Rock Box in the Alamo City. Brings me great pleasure to welcome the highlight of our Saturday night. The band Lethal Injection from Tucson is here on the big program. I have with me Raskal and Jonathan. Gentlemen, how are you guys doing?
Doing good. We made our trip out here from Tucson, Arizona. It's great. It's my first time here in San Antonio. The Riverwalk, everything's very beautiful. I definitely want to come back to this place for sure.
Did you eat a little bit of food or no?
Yeah, we've eaten lots of food here and there. It's a kind of a blur, really.
Good. You know, San Antonio is the 3rd fattest city in the country.
No, I would never know that at all. I mean, Tucson's probably top 3 as well. So.
Raskal, great to have you, sir. Great to have you. Lots to talk about. You guys have new music out in the market. I mean, great things. You guys are here in our city. Let's talk about the band. There's people out there who will, for the first time, be hearing about Lethal Injection, so let's start there. Tell us a little bit about the beginnings of the band.
Okay. Basically, Lethal Injection, we are a hybrid band. We fuse rap and metal together. I do the rap. Jonathan does the metal side of it. And him and I met back in 2015 and basically wanted to get in the studio, vibe, see how we sounded. We recorded our first single, Strength Through Struggle, just him and I, produced by Matt Good, who recently just produced Asking Alexandria, Attila. He's in the band from First to Last, Memphis Mayfire. Very well-known producer, and Jonathan and I had instant chemistry, instant magic. So we decided to build the band around him and I. And here we are 2 years later, and things are great, man. We couldn't be happier with what we've done, what we've accomplished, and where we're going.
I don't hear about a lot of heavy bands coming out of the Tucson area. Talk a little bit about the scene there. Is it kind of been helpful to you, or do you guys figure like I got to get out of Tucson to kind of accomplish our dreams?
The scene is actually pretty large in Tucson, and a lot of the big industry comes through it. Oh. And if anybody's ever played the game Risk, it's actually a really good thing because we can be in Tucson, capitalize in one city, and venture into other markets. Versus if we started in LA, we'd have to battle. So being in Tucson and having such a good market there, and then being able to kingpin on top of it, gives us branches to extend into other markets much easier.
You guys released your latest. Here it is, people. For all you people who haven't seen it, it's called Judgment Night. Talk a little bit about this release. I can see that it's a nice product. You guys have also had a lot of great guests on it. It seems like a really nice professional piece of work. Talk a little bit about what you're delivering on this piece.
We're basically delivering what we call West Coast metal. It's what we've labeled our genre. And we showcase that on this album where it incorporates like that 90s West Coast Dr. Dre, Ice Cube, Eazy-E sound.
I love that shit.
Along with metal. And, you know, we've been compared a lot to Linkin Park. We don't feel we sound like Linkin Park. Linkin Park is obviously one of our bands that we looked up to a lot, and we've tried to kind of follow in their footsteps. So we do it our own way. So what you'll hear on Judgment Night is you'll hear a lot of diversity, a lot of unexpected things. We have special guests like Jared from Head PE, Mad Child from Swollen Members, Bubba Sparks, Futuristic, who's also from Arizona, who's blowing up independently majorly. Yeah. We also have our buddy Stack Styles on it, and we feel it's a very well-rounded album to showcase our ability to do whatever we want. And you know,
another note is that we put out a CD probably like 9 months before that one.
Yes.
With a whole series of other artists. We had Tech Nine, Twista, Crooked Eye. So we worked really hard in the last 2 years since we started together. And if you look at the people we've worked with and the amount of songs we put out in a short amount of time, it's been a fiasco doing music videos back to back, recording. We're already starting to work on the 3rd album, and it's not even at 3 years yet.
In the process, we released 2 EPs. We actually. Our latest release is actually not Judgment Night, but that's our latest full album release. But we also released an album we called Covered Up in January of 2018, where we covered all the top songs in the industry from country, pop, rock. I mean, we did, you know.
We did Bring the Noise from Anthrax.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
We had to go back to the old school rap rock and where it started, for sure.
I think the fact that you guys have all these like credible people, these credible artists contributing to your music, I think that says a lot about how they feel about your band and about the respect that they have for what you're doing or trying to accomplish musically.
We're very blessed. Like I said, we've been around a very short period of time, and we've accepted everything, and we're very grateful and thankful for everything. And like I said, to sum it up, we're blessed. I mean, to work with the artists we've worked with and the producer, and have opportunities like this here in San Antonio, Texas, we're very grateful.
How did you guys get involved with the Memorial Day Metalfest?
I believe he was into our music and found us, and
cool.
He hit us up and gave us an offer, and we said, "Yeah, we're gonna do it. Bring it.
Nice.
Let's go out. It's going back to Texas."
Have you been in San Antonio before?
This is our first time, actually.
Nice, all
yes,
right,
we've been
all
to
right.
Texas before. We played South by Southwest, but this is our first time in San Antonio, and it's pretty exciting.
Apparently, they're already working on having us back, so stay tuned.
Great. Yeah, San Antonio is a great city. I love it because as a native, it's not too big and it's not too small for me. I've traveled all over the state, and I just love the size and the attention that bands and music gets in this town. San Antonio is a heavy metal town.
And I hear that, and that makes me very excited to come back for sure, because that's what I'm into.
Yeah. So you guys have new music out in the market. What is the plan for the rest of this year? What do you guys want to accomplish?
We're actually going on tour in July and August. It'll be our second headlining tour, and we're actually going to be setting up the second leg, which will carry the latter part of August rather, and September. And we're, as Jonathan said, we're currently in the studio recording, and we're just excited to keep growing.
Song here, June 1st. So if anybody's listening, June 1st, check out Lethal Injection. We're going to be releasing a new song. I'm excited to release this one. Let's go on.
The Truth.
The Truth absolutely
All right.
drops June 1st everywhere.
All right. Cool. And obviously, you guys are like a very visual band. I can tell that by just chatting with you guys tonight. You guys have done some killer videos. What do you love? Do you love doing the video medium? Is that something that's important to you?
Well, absolutely. It's always an art form. Sometimes it can be stressful. Everyone's got a different vision and what they think of the visualization of their audio would be. And I'm very eclectic, and I like wild art, and sometimes people want to be simple, and it's like it's too simple or it's too artistic, so we got to find a happy medium. And then once you've done a few videos, you got to try to come up with something new, the next thing that's going to be cool, and the next thing that's cooler than that, because you already did this, you already did that, you already did this.
John, do you talk about like art, like just music, or like art, like paintings and stuff like that?
I mean, my whole
Street
life is
art
art.
or stuff like that?
I mean, everything from, just doing music alone, you're designing clothes, you're designing pictures, you're designing posters, you're designing music videos, you're designing, there's just tons that goes with, many hats that go along with just creating sound.
You guys ever heard of Bansky?
No, I have not.
I hadn't heard about Bansky. Oh, Banksy. Sorry.
Oh, Banksy? Oh, yeah. That's
Hey, what did I say? Oh, sorry.
The rapper?
No.
We're talking Banksy. For those who don't know, is a infamous artist, and actually they created a movie called "Behind the Exit the Gift Shop," and they might do some other things. I don't know that, but Banksy's actually not the real guy. The real guy created a infamous person, and created an alter ego of himself, but he's known for graffiti art, and all over the world, people will, if he does graffiti art on something, people will actually come and chisel that art out and sell it on eBay for lots of money. So if you got some, send it to me and I'll turn it in. I'll collect the cash. No big deal.
Oh God, I've been here since 2 o'clock.
Oh man, we've been here since 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock. We're just getting started.
Okay, gentlemen, great to have you. We've talked about what you want to do this year, your video work, your artistic. I love that about the band, because I think bands, there's bands who just do music, and then there's those bands who kind of encompass the whole embodiment of delivering music, which includes music and the artwork and the visual and their performance, the stage presence, everything. I can't wait to see you perform tonight. Any last words before we let you go to the people, your fans, anybody around the world who will see this interview?
We want you to go to Spotify, check out Lethal Injection with a K, make a playlist radio, and listen to it and share it with your friends.
Any last words, my man, Raskal?
Yeah, I just want to say thank you, number one, Rob, for the interview. Thank you to the city of San Antonio and the state of Texas. And yeah, just follow us on all social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. It's Lethal Injection with a K. Just spread the word, man. You know, we appreciate everything that everybody does.
Remember, everyone, the band Lethal Injection from Tucson was here tonight in San Antonio at the 3rd annual Memorial Day Metalfest. You will definitely hear more about them from here at the program. You saw Raskal and Jonathan only right here on Rob's Metalworks.
Boy, I'll catch you with a few to the chin and a couple to the gut. You can catch me loading up in time to hear your cheek crunch. If you're feeling crazy, I can level you out. Knocked out cold, that's what I'm talking about.